investigate. We were sat down in a circle, was doing an EVP session.
And where on the property?
Oh, we were in the main house, in the living room.
Okay. And do you remember the claims that the homeowner made about that area of the property?
Yeah, it was something about a musical...
A woman?
Woman.
That sings.
That sings, right? Or yeah, something like that.
Right.
But yeah, that was what she had claimed for there.
And so, that really wasn't something that scared us.
No.
It was actually kind of a comforting, a woman that sounded like she was a slave is what we were thinking, like singing, humming to a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And we all heard it with our ears. I don't know if you heard it, but
I didn't hear it.
All of the women heard it.
Yeah, no.
So tell me exactly what happened on that first incident.
So we were, like I said, doing an EVP session. We had the Oculus running as well. I was running the tape, video. One of the team members sitting across from, I believe, you, felt pressure on the side of her face. Mm-hmm. She really didn't say anything, but you could tell she was a little agitated. And a few minutes later, maybe a minute, I don't know.
Are you talking about Sylvia?
Sylvia, yeah. She felt the pressure
and like
coming from her right side, I believe.
It was like, I think she said, like a speaker.
Yeah,
that was
like
blaring.
Something kind of vibrating.
Kind of that kind of pressure.
Sensation on her face and head. And then the next thing you know, the lady sitting next to her, she saying that she felt a warming sensation on her neck. Right. And it was kind of hot, something was going on with her neck, and she started, rubbing at it. And then I don't know, one of us, might have been you, noticed that there was a mark there. And it wasn't something.
In the dark.
Yeah, we're in the dark. There was a mark there, and it wasn't something she did, because all she did was put her hand up there to feel it. She didn't scratch it or wipe it or anything. And looked closer and saw that there was a mark, so we got the camera and we got in a close-up on it, and there was a red streak right across her neck, like something had grabbed her.
Was choking her?
And it actually, increased in size while we were watching it there on video. It was really, really unusual.
And got
a little darker.
We all saw that.
Got a little darker. It was very unusual.
And what happened? Okay, that was scary enough because we were all kind of freaking out that the girl was being choked.
Right.
So what did the Oculus spit out? What word did it spit out as this was happening?
Yeah, we got the word demon on the Oculus.
Yeah. Okay, so that kind of freaked us out.
Yeah, ironic, I guess.
And so that first incident that night kind of shook us all up.
Yeah, it was very unusual.
And this was about 8 o'clock?
Yeah, it was still early, between 8 and 9 in the evening.
It was dark, but it wasn't late. It wasn't in the middle of the night.
Right. And we had some lighting on. We didn't have it completely dark. We had some light on.
Yeah, and it's a 28-acre farm with 4 buildings, and we were in the main house. The homeowner wasn't living there yet. She wanted to find out what was going on. And so that's why we were there, because she wanted to find out before she rented out the other buildings. And so that was the first incident that occurred, and it shook us up. And you being a skeptic, it actually bothered you a little bit.
Yeah, it did. I was like, wow.
To move you.
To see this happen, that's the kind of stuff I wanted to see,
Right.
Something like that to prove to me that,
Exactly. So that wasn't the only incident, though, that shook us up that night. The second incident was even more terrifying to me, combined with the first one. So do you want to tell us about where were we in the house and about how long after the first incident? We were still in the main house.
Yeah, we were still in the main house. I believe in that particular hunt there, we didn't go outside the house. We decided to concentrate there because that's what the homeowner had wanted. Anyway, so I think we took a little break after the EVP session, and then we went downstairs to the basement.
To the basement.
Right.
It's always like to the basement. You can count on that.
Right. And then she went through the basement the homeowner went through the basement with us, and was telling us the things she had seen and felt. That's where she'd gotten a lot of her pictures of her orbs, is downstairs. So we went into that room.
So we were in the far corner, like trapped in the back of the basement when this all would happen.
Yeah.
Like we had no way out but to face what was going on.
The furthest room in the back of the basement where we kind of started there, and we did some K2 readings and things like that.
So
nothing really happened there.
So tell us, seriously, and this was maybe about 10 o'clock? Still not late?
Yeah, still wasn't too late.
We're all in the far back of the basement.
Right.
And what happens? What do we hear?
Well, then we come out into the rec room, the actual living area there, the rec room. The other part was just a extra space. And we're standing there, and all of a sudden we hear some footsteps walking across the kitchen floor. I mean, it sounded just like someone was walking into the house.
Wearing boots or something.
Yeah,
very obvious.
We all thought that somebody had come in. Like it could have been a neighbor, it could have been a burglar. We didn't know. So we heard them walk down the hallway. Right. They walked across the kitchen floor, sounded like, down the stairs and into the furnace room.
Into a room. Okay, now we hear it go into the room. We're at the other end of the basement.
Right.
Thinking we're on a farm, and nobody knows. Somebody could have come on the farm to burglarize.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're in the dark.
But it's back off the road, so we kind of thought it was a friend or a neighbor or something. We weren't sure.
So anyway, we start hearing ransacking and stuff, and in the room where we heard somebody come in down the hall, down the stairs, go into that room, and then just tearing up the room.
Some strange noises.
So we hurried up. We were all terrified, thinking somebody broke into the house, and he was the only man that was with us, so we all huddled behind him.
Yeah.
And we pushed him. We all went toward the furnace room where the chaos was happening. And to wrap this up, when we got to the room, what happened?
Basically nothing. We either disturbed it or scared it off or something. We took some readings. Nothing happened with K2 readings. Nothing really.
So we're almost done, and I just wanted to wrap the story up. When we got to the door, the chaos stopped immediately.
Yeah.
And that was the weirdest thing.
It was very strange.
So, you, in less than, you got like 30 seconds. So did it change you? Did it change you from a skeptic to a believer?
Oh, not totally, but, maybe a little more so than I had been.
So maybe 90%?
Yeah.
You're a 90% skeptic now?
Yeah.
Moved you a little bit.
You could say that.
Okay, well, and you've been back. Have you been back there?
I've been back 2 other times, actually. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it didn't scare you that much.
No.
So, well, thank you, Jim, for coming and talking to us about these incidents. And I know in the future you're going to be behind the scenes of the show as running the control room down the road. So thank you, Jim. And I'm just going to say goodbye. And thank you for watching the Evermore Paranormal Network. Until next time, peace out.
So in the end, what have I said is only that I'm sure. For all I know about this place is that I call it Evermore.